On this day, June 7th, 2014, my memory would be so clogged with all kinds of pictures, all kinds of memories, and most importantly, an image of one man standing beside me. On this day, I would be the most nervous I've ever been in my entire life. Day that you dream about as a kid, where you get to marry your best friend. However, the calming of the storm for me would be my father, who was standing next to me the entire time, nervous like me, I'm sure, but the rock that I needed on that special day. You see, I was counting on him to keep me down to earth, to tell me, son, this is the happiest day of your life. Remember it, cherish it, and of all the other things a father says to a son on his wedding day. However, one thing stuck out to me, and it was this. He said, son, I love you. Don't ever forget that, even after I'm gone. Today, I'd like to pay tribute to a one-of-a-kind, no-nonsense kind of guy. A man full of love, passion, intensity, goodness, and just most of all, graciousness. My father. He has immensely impacted my life in a way that has inspired me, as well as led me to live the kind of life that any son would be proud of. My father is fun, loving, smart, and very much a perfectionist like me. These traits have rubbed off on me so much that my wife says I'm just like him. Now I know you laugh, but I wouldn't change the way my father has impacted me. In fact, I think that is what's made me into such a unique individual. My father is my greatest role model and one that I aspire to be like every day I'm on this earth. I'd like to take this time to praise my father for his unwillingness to let me fail, for his greatest contributions to my life and loving me unconditionally. My father's strength is unlike any others I have ever seen. When I was very young, my father would take me out to the yard and play catch. He would teach me how to work with tools, and most of all, he would spend time with me the way any father should. I always knew that no matter where my father was, whether it be working or anything else, he was always there for me. I think that's very important in a young son's life because you can easily stray away from the important things, the things that can make a man who he is in this lifetime. I always knew that my father would teach me values, he would teach me morals, and he would ultimately teach me to love someone the way that he loved my mother. You see, my father didn't grow up with a lot of money. He didn't grow up in the wealthiest family, and I think that to me is one of the most beautiful things about him. From the very beginning, he taught me that the value in life is to work hard. If you want to have a nice life, a beautiful family, and a great standard of living, he would say, you must put work into it, son. You can't expect to go along in this world and have things handed to you, my father would tell me. This idea would ultimately teach me the hardest but most rewarding lesson, and for that, I thank my father. My father symbolizes everything strong and put together in this world. Throughout my life, whatever the situation, he always knew what to do. There has never been one time where I go to him for advice and don't end up with the answer that is always beneficial to me. He's my greatest encourager, and he does more for our family than I can possibly even imagine. Anyone that meets him instantly falls in love, and how could they not? His joy and his passion come across in every way imaginable, and he is just a ray of light in this dark world for me. My father's strength is unlike any other. It never mattered how hard the problem was or how large the obstacle might have been, he would always find a way to overcome it. No matter how hard I could ever try, my father will never be able to hear enough words of gratitude from me as a son. He will never know the legacy that he left or the amount of people that he deeply impacted through the years. No matter how many great things I say, no matter how elegantly I try to organize a string of perfectly arranged vocabulary, no matter how well I deliver sincere and heartfelt words, no matter how much I can impact an audience, all that is still not enough to communicate how much I love, respect, adore, and cherish my father and the times we've had together.